getting Cody. I'm getting Cody. We're getting him straight because Cody's gonna be running the show this morning. I'm gonna be on the show. It's gonna be late. But I didn't want, like I said, what's up, Rod? What's going on? Rod, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I just making sure everything was working right. What's up, A-Train? What's going on?
Yo.
So y'all just hang tight. Let me get some more people up here.
Cody? I have one up if you just want to put me up on a beat.
A-Train, hell of a game. Good game.
Yeah, GG's, man.
All right. Yeah, man, hell of a game, man. Even though that game, for the most part, was kind of boring. I figured it was going to be some scoring.
No. That game was not boring. It was more
it kind of was, because it was 10-7 the whole game.
Well, the thing is, it was heart-wrenching, because it's like the moment you get these straightened out, it's like, come on, man. Where should these plays coming? Heart attack.
It keeps telling me the live creator's turning my camera off.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Nah, you all good.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Cody?
What's up, dude?
Cody's gonna be running the show today, guys. I'm gonna jump on when I can. But right now I can't, and I don't know how to take my camera off. I'm trying to take my camera off, and I just don't know how to do it. Oh, I see it.
Okay.
So guys, just know I'm on the show, but I can't talk. All right, guys.
All right.
Yeah, we'll carry it.
Let's start with so what Swag wanted to talk about. I'll start with a little intro before we get into discussions. But Swag really wanted to talk about the quarterback matchup going into this. You got Drake May on one side, Sam Darnold on the other. Obviously, there's been two narratives surrounding these quarterbacks all year. Drake Mays has been what he's done against the tougher competition, a.k.a. the above 500 teams, with the turnovers and everything. Sam Darnold has been consistently, what does Darnold do when pressure gets to him, gets in his face consistently? We really just want to talk about, the pros, cons of each quarterback, what they'll do against these defenses. Personally, if you want my opinion, I think that the Seahawks are going to win this game. I'm going to be honest. No disrespect to the Patriots. I think that they have a chance to win this game by 2 scores. But we will get into that at a later date. Today, we just want to talk about the quarterbacks, the matchup between them. Swag, I don't know if you can hear me, but your mic is on still. I don't know if you want to mute it or not. But again, like we said, we want to get back to kind of the discussion around the Swag. Swag, your mic is still on. I think you hear me. We'll try to talk over for now. All right. So we'll start. A-Train. Hold on, Jordan. I'm just gonna go down the line really quick. But actually, matter of fact, just go ahead. What's up? What's the question?
I want to ask you, how long have you been a Steelers fan?
Most of my life.
Most of your life. So were you a Steelers fans in the during the 90s or the 2000s?
Nah, I'm only 22, brother. 22, I was born shortly. I was born when I was 1, I got to see our first bowl, and when I was super young, I got to see the second one of my lifetime.
Gotcha. I understand. Gotcha.
All right, so A-Train, we'll start with you, man. What do you think about the quarterback matchup going in this game?
Well, I do have to say that I think Drake May definitely, this last game against us, I think he did a better job of protecting the ball. New England didn't turn the ball over compared to the last 2 games. He had the 6 fumbles in the first 2 games. You know what I mean? So he definitely did a better job with ball security. I have to admit.
What's up,
I did like that. I did like that from Drake May. But I mean, this Seattle defense is going to be a tough matchup for him. I just think it's going to be tough. Sam Darnold, I mean, he's doing better than expectations. Everyone all year has wrote the narrative that he's going to see ghosts again, and we're in the Super Bowl, and guy still hasn't seen ghosts. So I mean, if we haven't seen it by now, I don't think we're going to see it.
Okay, so I agree. The whole seeing ghost narrative has been there. Obviously, he's had a lot of help from a very potent receiving core. Their offensive line has taken massive steps. they haven't had a consistent run game all year. I'm pretty sure they're like, in terms of rushing attempts per successful rush attempts, they're pretty bad. But overall, Darnold has actually had a pretty good year. Rye, what do you think about the quarterback matchup?
The quarterback matchup, I think, is going to be an interesting one. Due to be, you got a young quarterback. I mean, to be honest, they're still young quarterbacks. Because Sam Darnold's not in his 30s yet. You still have Drake May being a younger 25 quarterback, being in his second year. I think the last time we seen this was Joe Burrow. So it's interesting to see how this plays out. I think that New England did get away with running the ball more than it is on passing, especially in that weather and condition. Like, I get New England has played in cold weather, but a Mile High Denver is a lot to ask for too. It is a lot. I think A-Train, you can agree to that as well. It's like more difficult in Mile High.
Yeah, I mean,
and then like they handled the ball well, and especially in these missed field goals, I think was the key. But obviously the fourth down call for Sean Payton was the big key factor in that. I understand you want to go for fourth down, but you just got to take the points. Take the points and move forward.
I agree. We had that whole conversation about that yesterday about the coaching blunders and whatnot. And again, we talk about Drake May turning the ball over in the playoffs, and he has not done that. He did not do that in the Denver game, and that was a big reason as to why they were successful in the Denver game. He took care of the football. Jordan, what do you think about the quarterback matchup?
This is gonna be a fun game. So as far as Drake May is probably one of the rare quarterbacks I've seen in a long time as far as being a Patriot. And as far as Sam Darnold has to turn the ball over. I mean, the guy has played so good to the point where it's just like, this ain't the Sam Darnold from New York. This is the Sam Darnold that we have now. So this is totally different. It's like the guy has reached a whole new peak of quarterback power or something. But as long as Sam Darnold don't turn the ball over and stuff, it's going to be a long day for the Patriots.
I agree. Coach, good morning, my brother.
What's up, Divine Rise, everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat. How the brothers doing today? Hope y'all enjoying y'all
Good.
day.
Good morning.
Good, man.
Hey, yeah, you already know I'm going to go a different route because I've always hated that narrative, the quarterback matchup, because the quarterbacks have nothing to do with how the other one performs.
Well, that's what Swag wanted to talk about today. He wanted to talk about the two quarterbacks and how they play.
But I'm going to talk about the quarterbacks. I'm just going to go a different route. I'm going to talk about the quarterbacks against the defenses because that's the really a matchup that they're going to go against. Right? So, last game, yes, Drake May did protect the ball a lot better than he had in the previous games. But in this game, I see that with the offensive line, with the questions of the New England offensive line, I think the matchup with Drake May against the Seattle defense is going to be. I think is going to be. I'm going to give the edge to Seattle in that matchup as far as letting him sit in the pocket and get comfortable. You know what I mean? Letting the pocket sit, letting the pocket. Now, I do think that Drake May has an edge as far as using his legs. I think if Seattle doesn't put a spy on him, I think like some 3rd and 6s, 3rd and 8s. I think that, or even 2nd and longs, right? Even 2nd and longs. I think he'll make them 3rd and shorts, or like I said, a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. I think he can get them with his legs if they don't put a spy on him and watch him. And we also saw Drake May. He ain't that fucking slow. We saw him outrun a couple of Denver defenders to get.
He iced the game. He iced the game with his legs.
Right, to get first down. So I think the key to Drake May's success is going to be his decision making on when to use his legs, when to take a sack, and when to throw the ball away. I think that's going to be the key to his success, his decision making, the decision he's going to make in those moments, right? Okay. As far as Sam Darnold against New England's defense, I think they're going to give him time. I think they're going to give him time because they don't have that high level pass rush like that, right? So
Okay.
I think they're going to give Sam Darnold time. However, Sam Darnold's throws are going to have to be on point because they got a secondary that will snatch that ball out the air and take it the other way. So
Okay.
I think
Hold on really quick, Coach. Outcast, sir, I don't know if you guys have been on the show before. I don't recognize you personally. Sorry if that's offensive, but Swag really just has one main rule. We'd like to keep it on topic. We're talking about the quarterbacks today. And the second rule is just no use of the N-word. As long as we can keep those two rules, we're good.
Copy. You good. Appreciate that.
For sure. Coach, you can go ahead and finish. My fault.
Yeah,
My
well,
fault, brother.
I think Sam Darnold's key to his success is going to be the accuracy of his throws, the velocity, the ball placement. You know what I mean? The ball placement of his throws. But like I said, New England has a very good secondary that can snatch the ball out the air, and I think that and you know his and him taking care of the ball with the placement of those throws.
Agreed.
You know, and I think that's Sam Darnold's key to success. I think if both of them do, I think if both of them do what I just said as far as their matchup against each other's defenses, I think we would be in for a very exciting big play game. Big play game. And
Okay.
I lay in there.
All right. So now we'll move on to Not Move Podcast. Shout out Not Move Podcast, producers of the Swag Show. I believe every Monday. What do you have on this game between the two quarterbacks? That is.
Oh man, between you talking. I'm sorry.
Nah, you good, David.
May and Sam Darnold, man.
Sammy D.
Dude, Sam Darnold is obviously like resurrected his career.
Absolutely.
From the bottoms of the bottoms, you know.
Mm-hmm.
From the quarterback's perspective on this, dude. I think Sam Darnold's got a little bit more to prove and that chip on his shoulder. I think Sam Darnold can wheel his team down there, and I think he's going to prove to everybody why he was picked where he was.
Okay. All right. So now we'll move on to Outcast. Outcast, what you got to say about this game, man? Between the two quarterbacks.
I ain't really got too much to say, but I really think y'all don't got a lot of confidence in New England. And y'all talk about defense. Last time I checked, the Patriots just played 3 of the top 5 defense teams in the league. Talk about defense.
Okay.
And Seattle just played against the 49ers that was beat up, and the Rams defense ain't all that last time I checked.
Okay, I mean, the Rams have had a very potent front seven all year. We know Verts, Young, and Fisk especially can get after the quarterback. Now back to the 49ers. Yes, while that defense has been playing banged up all year, they've still been playing lights out as a unit, regardless of that. So I get what you're trying to say with what Drake May has played versus what Sam Darnold has played. But in 2 of those 3 games, Drake May was not taking care of the football, and those elite defenses were honestly putting him in some crazy binds, and it was really the Patriots defense and therefore lack of quarterback play on the other side, to which cases to why the Patriots had such an advantage in those games.
It's true. You're right.
So I agree. I think, yes. Do I have more confidence in the Seattle Seahawks in this game? Yes. But it's not me discrediting the Patriots. It's more me looking at what I've seen.
Okay, I understand that. And I mean, I lie with Drake May. I mean, I could be biased because I'm a Patriots fan. But outside of that, I mean, you could take it so far as the offensive coordinator. I like my offensive coordinator over Seattle offensive coordinator. Over their defensive coordinator. So it could even come down to like coaching. Whatever coach
That's
make
true.
the best decision. And we saw that last week against Denver. They went for it on fourth down. I feel like that cost them the game.
Okay. All right. Dot. What do you got to say about these two quarterbacks, man?
Yes, sir. Okay. So I'll start with Sam Darnold.
Okay.
I think this playoffs, he's proved the doubters wrong. I'm a Pats fan, but I can honestly say Sam Darnold has had a incredible playoff run with the weapons he got.
Okay.
Now, however, they haven't faced defenses like hello. Yeah.
You good?
Yeah. They
Okay,
haven't
cool.
faced defenses like Drake May in New England.
Agreed.
But with the defenses that they have played, they've outplayed them. Not turned the ball over very much. And I feel like that's going to be a key in the Super Bowl that they're going to have to do against New England's defense if they even want a chance. Now, going to Drake May, I mean, this kid's been unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, this whole playoffs. Now, the turnovers, those have been a big part of his game that he's dialed down the last game, which was obviously a key factor in a close game like that. But, yeah, if they keep the turnovers down, Drake May continues to use his legs. Booty, I feel like last game we had a lot of chances on that deep ball, but PS2, man, we got to clap it up for him because that guy's a problem. We got Christian Gonzalez. I'm a Pats fan, so we got Christian Gonzalez. I think he's easily top 2 corner in the league behind PS2, but I'll give him like neck and neck.
Debatable, but
I feel like Booty, he's gonna catch a deep one. I don't think Seattle. I know they got a couple deep corners, but I don't think one is keeping up with Booty. After what he did to Stingley, I feel like the Texans have a top 3 secondary. Well, defense in general, we know that.
Yeah.
But Drake May put up 3 passing touchdowns on him. I'm just saying, if he could do that against a defense like that and a secondary like that, I feel like Seattle really doesn't have no chance unless they bring a whole lot of pressure. They're going to have to bring a whole lot of pressure, a whole lot of blitzes, mix it up, probably some cornerback blitzes, bring them in. But you have no chance trying to beat Drake May just sending for it. You have no chance. I feel like our 2 rookies, Will Campbell had a false start that was costly last game. Besides that, I feel like he played very good. Decent. That's all we need. But I feel like Patriots end up pulling it out.
Let me ask you a question, Sir Dot.
Yes, sir.
Sir Dot, let me ask you a question. Have you seen Seattle play?
Yeah, I watched that whole game.
Have you seen them play this entire year, or you just watched that game?
No, I was watching them the whole year.
Okay. All right.
All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to SBK. SBK,
Gentlemen, what's up?
what's going on, man? So
Hanging
what do
in.
you think? What's going on, man? Again, I don't know if you've been up here before. Just 2 main rules. We just want to try and stick on topic. Today, we're just talking about this quarterback matchup, how these 2 quarterbacks are going to fare against each other, how they're going to fare against the defenses that they're going to be playing against, and just no use of the N-word. That's about it.
Gotcha.
With that being said, man, what are your thoughts on this game between these 2 quarterbacks?
Great. So, fabulous topics. I used to go by Real Risk Taker, but Talk flagged my account, so they told me to create a new one. Yeah, great. So, what I've noticed last few weeks, Darnold's improvising and connecting on passes has gotten better.
Agreed.
Unfortunately for Patriots fans, I'm a Patriot fan. JSN is hands down probably the best offensive weapon on the field. But with that said, years ago, the Rams was 14.5-point dogs when Brady was a puppy to the greatest show on turf. It's a little opposite scenario this time. But I kind of like Drake May. I'm looking at May. All right. Leonard Williams and DeMarcus Lawrence worry. Okay, they have wily vets who are hungry. They got a bunch of young studs defensively around them. New England's on the New England side, from the quarterback play and the defensive side, I'm excited about coaching, man. I got Josh McDaniels hopefully calling the right setups for Drake May. You got Brady years. You've had experiences in these games. Don't get the kid. The kid's still been a little reckless. Luckily, Mother Nature came to our calling last week, turned it into a game where our quarterback, let's just get him mobile and play defense. We're going to win this game. Obviously, things got to change because this Hawks team right now coming in offensively with Darnold, he proved it. You're in the bowl now. You can't really say anything bad about the kid no more. I can't. I won't. But regarding quarterbacks, I'm going to shift to the offensive coaches. I feel like there is an edge in New England now. What they do with ball security on the field, with both of these guys have had issues in games before this year. Ball security issues have cost the Tampa games early on in the season on a pick versus Tampa, and they could have lost the Rams game, but they got away with it. Not this last one, the one before. So obviously ball security is a big thing, but I'm going to lean quarterback, man, with Drake May, just because I'm hoping years ago when we saw Brady was a puppy in this Super Bowl, but they got it done. Statistically, I don't know who's going to do better, but it's kind of like what you said, which quarterback plays better versus the opposing defenses, you know? That to me is to be determined. But I do think there's a huge edge on the Patriots coaching side right now in this game because you got a guy who's been in the Super Bowl under Belichick, handling the defense. That's his only job.
Oh, we lost him for a second.
You know, and then finally, just in terms of offenses for the quarterbacks, last week you went against the two best defenses in the league. This might be a top 3 one as well, actually, the Seahawks unit, I want to say. You survived. It wasn't pretty, but you survived. You won. Now you go up. These are probably arguably the best 3 defenses in the league, correct? Texans, Broncos, and Seattle.
It would be 4 because Chargers were top 5. They were at 5, and then you had the Texans.
The Chargers were top 5 defense.
So statistically speaking, we can put the Chargers there, but we kind of know who the 3 best were.
You're going to have to go through 5, 1. Yeah, you're going to have to go through 5, 1, 3, and 2.
So I kind of like if everything's good, I just like. I know Seattle's offense is nice. Walker scares me as well because he's turned into dual threat now that Charbonnet's gone all of a sudden. Like you can throw him the ball. But I like New England's offense for me, man. You got 2 guys on the outside, Matt Collins and Booty. Handle the outside, anything over 20 yards. Then you open stuff underneath for veterans like Diggs, Henry, even veterans like Hooper get into the mix. And then you got 2 backs who can really catch, who've developed that game with Stevenson. So I'm going to give the edge to New England off of paper. But if you bring in the stats and the paper, I mean, I think Seattle's got it. But that's the closest thing I could bring up. That was a tough quarterback thing and trying to cover the Super Bowl and all. But how's it going?
Okay, so now that everybody's gone, I'll open up the panel. I did want to really harp on something. Coach, you were talking about the lines, especially for, New England's defense. I forget boy's name, their right guard. He's been horrible all year. Do you think we all know how much of a cerebral coach Vrabel has been? Do you think, Coach, that he'll try to load up that right side, especially towards the interior, and bully him all game to get pressure on Sam Darnold?
Well, that would be the ideal move to make, right? That would be the ideal move to make. I mean, we got to remember, football is always has been, always will be, take advantage of the little guy, right?
Exactly.
So it's find the weakest link and attack him something ungodly to make them adjust and do something different. So I can definitely see a bunch of A and B gap pressures and blitzes, you know what I mean, to try to expose him. I mean, to try to expose that kink in the armor. I definitely see them attacking that kink in the armor, just like I can see Seattle attacking his interior, right? I can see Seattle going to attack his interior of his line because they've been suspect.
I wonder how long it will take. So there's two moving parts mainly for me in New England's offense, and then I'll go back to Seattle's defense. With New England's offense, we talk about kinks in the armor, right? I just saw one of the worst corner performances of my life a few days ago. I wonder how long it would take in this game. Because you got to think, I know Witherspoon doesn't necessarily travel a ton, but you got to think he's going to be lined up on Diggs a decent amount in this game. I wonder how long it will take for Drake May and Vrabel to take a shot at Tariq Woolen, whether that be with Kayshon Boutte, whether that be with Matt Collins. And then on the other side of that, with Seattle's defense, I wonder how much they'll load up on Will Campbell's side. I know Patriots fans have a lot of confidence in Will Campbell, but he's been bullied a few times this year. I wonder if they'll try to load up his side of the line and make him make some plays. So
he's been bullied through this entire playoffs.
No, I'm about to say, Ryan, I don't think here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be so much they're going to try to bully Will Campbell, right? Speaking from a lineman coach's point of view, what I would do is I'm going to run a bunch of stunts and twist to his side to make him to see if his IQ is high enough to figure out which man to pick up and which man to let go. Knowing, you know what I'm saying, understanding where the max protection is, understanding where the running, what side the running back on. Is he going to be able to step up and get? Is he going to be able to step up and get this? Am I going to take this guy coming hard on the outside, or am I going to step down and take this guy on the inside? You know what I would do is with a young rookie tackle like that is I'm going to give him different looks and test his IQ to test his IQ and to test his footwork to find out. You know what I mean? So to see. Now, I mean, he's going to make the right decision and pick up the right guy. Because if he picks up the wrong guy, I can tell you right now, it's going to be a long day.
I'll say this about Seattle's defense. It's good. Like, it's really good. But the key factor to them to losing this game is themselves. Because honestly, if Tariq Woolen didn't do that, the Rams don't get a touchdown, and this would not have been a close game.
You're right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. If Tariq Woolen doesn't taunt and then just get cooked on the next play, and I'm gonna be honest, Seattle fans, I see you. Oh shoot! I see you all in the comments talking about you guys are gonna smoke New England, this, that, and the third. No. There's a reason that the spread in this game is 4.5.
I want to flip back real quick to he's off the panel now, but him saying Christian Gonzalez is a top 2 corner.
I kind of glossed over that.
Yeah, I watched Marvin Mims cook Christian Gonzalez deep. So I don't know what the hell that guy was seeing. And that's what led to the 7 points. On the other side, we took the other corner for a 52-yard touchdown for Cortland Sutton in the end zone. Yeah, Carlton Davis. So, I mean, I'm not moved by these New England corners because I don't see it. What do you think JSN's going to do to these corners?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not moved by them either.
I'm going to fire back there, A-Train.
That is cooked.
I'm gonna fire back there, A-Train.
The way they designed it.
Coach, I don't know if you know you're unmuted right now.
All the water's in the middle where the goddamn helicopter lands at.
Coach,
just mute him. Just mute him.
I can't. I don't have the power. Do I? No, I don't have the power to. All right, there you go. Anyway, what I was gonna say is I'll fire back on that a little bit. Gonzalez has been very solid in man coverage this year. New England runs a lot of man coverage. He's been pretty solid in man coverage. This is not accounting for minimum snaps required, like you would do with most corners. He was, I believe, in the top 15 in man coverage. If you're taking out those guys that aren't playing that many snaps, he's probably somewhere in the top 10, maybe around the top 5. I would probably put him, if I had to make an educated guess, it'd be around like 7 to, I'd probably say anywhere from like 5 to 8, somewhere around that range. But
He's
I mean,
he's barely played 20 games in his career. It's probably approaching 20. He's still got to prove it.
No, I was talking about this year. But anyway, Gonzalez is a good man corner. I will say this, though. He's not going to completely shut down JSN. There's no way.
No way.
I mean, there isn't a corner in the league.
As a Patriots fan, I agree. He's not going to shut up JSN. It's going to be difficult. I'll give him the credit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do think he'll have safety help. I don't think, but eventually, at some point in this game, you're gonna get a guy on an island. Whether that's gonna be Carlton Davis on Rashid Shaheed, or whether that's gonna be I don't know who their third corner is on Cooper Kupp. And these are guys that we've seen. Cooper Kupp doesn't necessarily have that great after the catch ability that he once used to. But he's been able to consistently find the soft spot in every team's defense, game after game after game. Shaheed is going to be able to blow the top off of a defense at any point in time. So it's going to be interesting to see the chess match. And then on the other side, right, it doesn't matter who it's going to be. If you leave Tariq Woolen on an island, Drake May and Mike Vrabel are probably going to test him.
Oh, yeah. And what you said about Cooper Kupp, I think he's the more of the security blanket for the Seattle offense. With the comparison to JSN and Rashid Shaheed.
Agreed.
Whereas New England, we got back Mac Hollins. And that's to me, it's our security blanket when it comes to finding extra yards passing. Yes, you could have guys like Woolen or Witherspoon on Diggs and Booty. But when it comes to getting a third option, Mac Hollins is that other security blanket for us. Yes, you could say Hunter Henry. You could say Austin Hooper. But
I expect I'm sorry, Ryan.
No, you're good.
I expect the New England Patriots and Mike Vrabel to be in some cahoots, and you see them play a Bill Belichick-like defense on this team. They're gonna put one guy on old boy, and they're gonna bracket fucking JSN, bro. They're Mike Vrabel's a defensive coach on top of that, bro. Dudes played defense. Dudes played one of the best linebackers to ever play the game for New England and Kansas City, right? Dude's good, bro. Dude's got the experience. Dude played for Belichick. Dude's a good coach. Coach. I see him having a similar style to taking away Seattle Seahawks weapons in the Super Bowl. I see that's what I see. Going back and forth between them. Like you said, I don't see on the other side. If they don't do that, I don't see anybody's going to stop Jason.
I mean, and what do we just see from this last game? Sam Darnold put up 346 yards and 3 tutties.
Yep.
Drake May put up 86 yards, no touch.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going off what I've seen recently. Sam Darnold cooked that Rams defense, and I saw Drake May struggle to get over 100 yards. Now, yeah, the weather plays a factor and all that. Don't get me wrong, but what I saw is I saw Sam Darnold cooking out there.
Hold on, you said no problem. You said big factor. The snow didn't start till the third quarter. You had 2 quarters for that guy to put up more than 87 yards. I'm sorry.
Right, but how you go through
it wasn't that big of a factor. But whoever just says a big factor, that wasn't that big of a factor because the guy should have had over 100 yards in 3 quarters. Come on, man.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but also
we'll find out how many yards.
It's the factor. I mean, look. You want to say it was good? I mean, it was good. It was good. It was good. Ask A-Train. A-Train lives in Denver. It was good, beautiful weather for the first 2.5, 3 quarters.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it didn't start coming down to the last quarter and a half. I mean, so I mean, you really can't say. I mean, you could say that the weather did play a factor in his ability to throw the ball. I would say, in my opinion, if it was the whole game or half the game at least, or 3/4 of the game. But to say that Drake May can't put up didn't put up those yards because I just think that Drake May just got shut down by the defense.
And check me out, I could sit here and say Sam Darnold just played, like I said, an average Rams defense, but we saw the Rams all playoff give up yards to every team they play in the playoff.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
That much is true.
I mean, but you can say that did he perform to the high expectations we expect him to play in this playoff game? Yes, he did. Against a good competitive team that's going back and forth with points, Sam Darnold did contend to compete with back and forth points. he pushed that team to the limit. Whether you call it a bad defense, whether you call it a bad situation,
It felt like
defensive call.
it did feel like at the end of the day, bro, to me, it did feel like the difference in that game was the turnover inside the 20 back. All right. We can say what we want. The muff punt inside the 20 felt like the difference in that one.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. The Rams
would have been different if they would have took the 3 points instead of went for it on fourth down. Would have been a 1-point game. Could have changed the entire game.
I'm still gonna defend. I'm still gonna defend that. I'm gonna defend that decision. I think if you want to blame anything on coaching, you blame the misuse of the timeouts by McVay. At that point in time, the Rams were rolling. You had just come off of a series where Matthew Stafford turned back the clock, looked like 10 years, and broke 2 tackles and ran for a first down on fourth down. They had all the momentum in the world. The play call itself was horrible. The decision to go for it, I actually like the decision to go for it there. It's playoff football. You got to get every point you can. I get it. Not leaving points on the field sucks, but they had every bit of momentum. If you want to blame Sean McVay for anything and the play calling for anything, I think. Wait, hold on. I'll get back to that comment in a second.
No, hey, Kobe, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
No. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something else, and I'm gonna address that dumbass comment. But I really think if you're gonna blame it on anything, McVay misused timeouts. They really were put in a bind, and they had to go get a touchdown in 15 seconds with no timeouts, where they could have potentially had 1 or 2. Also, when I say rolling, I meant in that game, not in the playoffs. And let's not act like the Bears were a bad team. Stop saying that. The Bears were a good team. The Rams were a good team.
All right. Well, Cole, I just want you to push back on the fourth down. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I agree with you. They did have momentum and they were rolling at that time, right? And I think that's why you kicked the field goal.
Which fourth down are you guys talking about?
So we're talking about the one at the end of the game where they could have taken 3.
You go for it.
No. Hear me out.
But you were only down 4 points.
Hold on. It was like 5 minutes to go in the game, fam.
Hold on. No, brother. Hold on, brother. Listen, y'all got to understand something. There's a lot more intangibles. And there's a whole bunch of intangibles that go into going for it on fourth down. It's not just, okay, let's just go for it. No, that's not how that works, right? It's a whole bunch of intangibles. You got to look at how my defense has been playing. Have they been able to get have they been able to get stops? Is my offense been able to move the ball? Have they been able to stop their offense? What is their offense been looking like? What is their defense been looking like? How much time is left on the clock? How many timeouts do they have? There's a whole bunch of things that go into that. So, now, if you let me finish my point and land, I'll get to that. Now, like I said, with there being 4 minutes and some change left, the fact that you had just stopped Seattle, and on the last 2 possessions you had just stopped them, it was 27-30. It was 27-31. I think if you kick that field goal, and make it 31-30, I think you put the pressure on Seattle. Okay? You go over there, you coach up your defense, you get them to get you a stop, and now you don't have to drive the length of the field. Now I only have to drive 2/3 of the field because the weather is not a factor. I ain't got no weather. I ain't got no that doesn't come into play. My kicker has already made 2, so I'm good there. He's in a rhythm. So I think that you kick the field goal, make it a 1-point game, put it on your defense that just got to stop, coach them up, let's get another stop, right? They get you to stop, and now I only have to drive, like I said, 2/3 of the field instead of driving the entire field to get down there and have to score. Because listen, there's 1 thing for certain, 2 things for sure. It is easier to get in field goal range than it is to have to score a touchdown.
I agree with that.
I just want to say one thing. I'm gonna let you go, BK, and then we're gonna go back to Rye. Okay, Rye wanted to say something. So I believe there were 2 timeouts, but guys, remember, I'm sorry to bring this up, but I said that this was the difference in the game. Okay, I didn't want to go into blames. You can have a controversy in that call. I disagree. I felt like you go for it. You could get in. You need 2 scores anyway. But I was just bringing up the difference in the game was a special.
No, it's not. It's not. No, it's just a discussion, brother. You don't have to apologize.
Yeah. So in this game, like that was the difference in the Seahawk game, though, for me in a good competitive game. I was just trying to bring that up.
So we'll go back to Rye. I know Rye, you wanted to say something. Then we'll. I'm gonna go back to the original topic, and we'll go back to Southgate. I'll get to you, Southgate, in a minute. So Rye, go ahead and say what you got to say, brother.
Okay, so I was gonna say, like, yeah, I agree with what Coach saying. That it's the fact that you were down by 4. Again, you go for the touchdown. You already tried the 4th down play by Stafford running through that line. Great tackles, great. You have momentum. But before that, you stopped them twice. Before that, with more than I think it was about 4 to 5 minutes left in the game, and then by the chance of getting that field goal, you're down by 1. You miss. You stop them again, which they did, I believe, in that next.
Yes, they did end up stopping them in that drive.
Stopping them. So now the time is on your side. You go down the field. You don't have to go deep ball over 20 yards for the Puka Nakua or Devontae Adams. You could just play smart by going routes and slants with those receivers and the running back, and you can get more yards, put the time off the clock for Seattle not to get any time. Then you can have a good field goal kicker, which he hasn't missed a lot of field goals, and you can definitely get a good position to win the game. Now, going for it on 4th down, it's a toss-up. You could say, well, that was a bad call or a good call. Good situation, your momentum. I get it, what you said, SBK. But the change of the gameplay would have been the set for the Rams if they just took the field goal. That tells me you trust your defense to stop Seattle the next drive, which they did.
Like I was saying, Rye, I think personally, the decision to go for it was a good one at the time. However, what I did not agree with was the actual play call that was executed. With that all being said, Southgate, what's up, my man? How you doing this morning? We're just kind of talking about these 2 quarterbacks, how they match up against each other going into this game. How they match up against these defenses. How do you feel about that?
I think if Seattle could get any type of pass rush, Drake May's in trouble. That's the way I feel. I mean, all 3 games, he hasn't really shown me much in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
He's been bailed out by his defense. So I know.
Sport.
What?
I say it's a team sport, right?
Yeah, I mean, his offensive line hasn't really done much. I mean, the only thing he didn't do in the Denver game is turn the ball over. I think we had 5 sacks by the 3rd quarter. I don't know if that's what we finished with, but when I looked at the 3rd quarter, we had 5 sacks. So I don't know how many we finished with, but I mean, if they can get a protection, I think he has the skill to possibly, play in the game. But if he gets pressured, I don't believe in New England.
Okay. Anybody want to respond to that, or?
No, I just pretty much think I'm going to give the advantage to the Seahawks. The Seahawks have the number 1 scoring defense, and they're one of the top 3 when it comes to turning the ball over. Those are a recipe for disaster on Drake May in this Patriots offense. Let's just be real.
Mm-hmm. We could agree, but we said that about the Texans too. And look what happened to the Texans.
Hold on, really quick, Rye. Outcast, what's up?
No, I was saying right to what what's the name just said about Texas. On top of that, y'all act like the Patriots don't have a top 5 defense. Our top 3 run defense in the league, stopping the run.
Yeah, they were very good against the run. And
how was I going to stop JSN?
I was waiting for somebody to say that. I do think what they offer in run defense, if they're able to shut down Kenneth Walker early and often, it does force Seattle to open up the playbook and become a little bit more one-dimensional. But then again, do you necessarily want that with how JSN has been playing this playoff?
Yeah, we got
just like they got an all-pro. They got an all-pro receiver. We got an all-pro corner. I mean, we gonna match up with him. We gonna see the best person.
I mean, To be honest, and I think A-Train, I think you could agree, this is the best offense that the Patriots have seen this season.
That's where
Yeah,
I
but
give
I
the
mean,
edge
I
to Seattle.
actually-
You know what I mean? I give the edge
I
to
actually
Seattle.
watched Marvin Mims cook that all-pro corner.
No, I agree. I didn't say that he didn't do good. I guess Mims, because Mims was all over him for sure.
Yeah, he was talking to
but personnel-wise, this is
And
the
we got to
Patriots.
remember.
Yeah, the personnel-wise. Personnel-wise,
We got to remember.
Sorry,
We got to remember JSN also cooked Derek Stingley. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen that. It doesn't matter who the fuck's on JSN. He can cook whoever the fuck's on him.
I mean, Keyshawn Booty did the same thing to Stingley, too, in the playoffs.
He wasn't the second best.
Keyshawn Booty also got
for no
fucking
reason.
shut down by PSG.
Keyshawn Booty is no JSN, so let's stop that.
But I'm not saying he's JSN. I'm just
Let's
saying
not
that
even put them in this.
No,
thing.
I'm not saying comparison to them. I'm just saying that what JSN did to Stingley is what Booty also kind of did to Stingley.
I get what the point you're trying to make is that the Patriots, like we're very heavily focused on the receivers in Seattle's room, but the Patriots do also have, the name value might not necessarily be there, but we saw Diggs have a bit of a career resurgence here. Not that he wasn't having a good year in Houston before the ACL tear, he was. Keyshawn Booty's really come into his own as a player. Mac Hollins just always seems to be reliable no matter where he is. Hunter Henry's had a very good year, despite the age. And then you have the backs that can also catch out of the backfield. So I do think.
Yeah, but you can't tell Hunter Henry's playing hurt right now.
Southgate.
He's playing hurt.
I understand that. Yes, he is. He's definitely playing hurt.
And
it's a reason why Austin Hooper's been in games more often.
The scope of his topic is name value. Very respectable. Very respectable topic. Name value. Finally, they've been doing it all season. People brought up strength of schedule. I knew the name value, right? But why is it still working? Why are they winning games? Bro, we saw this 15 years ago, man. I'm telling you, I've been saying it since week 5.
This isn't Tom Brady stuff. This isn't that.
Bill Belichick. This is not Tom Brady. This is not the Ryan.
I'm not only saying Brady, but it was coaching, right? It was good coaching, good schemes on defense. McDaniels, Belichick, right?
Right.
Yeah, we're not about to compare Mike Vrabel to one of the greatest.
It goes back to the names. Yeah. It goes back to the name.
But also, we're not going to compare.
It goes back to the name. I was just trying to parallel the name game, right?
We're not going to compare. We're not going to compare a coach that got fired to the best of all.
You can still rebuttal off his situation though, because we did see a quarterback, Tom Brady. Not comparing Drake May to Tom Brady.
Well, he was young then. Remember,
we saw a quarterback.
That was his
Tom
first
Brady
one.
His second year. They had the same exact stats as Drake May got the same exact stats as Tom Brady his second year in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say as a Patriots fan compare that this Super Bowl team's second year to the Tom Brady against the Rams.
All right, no. Did you hear what you just said?
You didn't know names on that.
Wait, you said Drake May have the same exact stats in a season?
No, I said his second year in the playoff. If you look at Tom Brady's his second year of the season and his playoff run, they got the same exact stats.
No, that's
kind of scary. Because
you want me to pull it up?
All right, because
you're going to tell me that Drake May.
Wait, hold on. That was 30 years ago, and they throw the ball a lot more now.
Bro.
No, I'm not comparing them. I'm saying
he's the best deep ball thrower in the league.
Playing the same way as
stat-wise, it could be different. Stat-wise, it could be different. But again, we're not going to compare.
I want to interject here, SBK. I don't know if you're trying to insinuate that Drake May is the best deep ball thrower in the league, but he's not.
I thought statistically at week 12, 16 he was. That's why Booty and Hollins feed.
If you're talking about maybe percentage wise, yeah. But if you're talking about a guy who throws when we talk about best deep ball thrower in the league, that's kind of where that's a stat or that's a title. Really,
I'm talking about
statistics go out the window.
I'm talking about in game. Now he might necessarily be physically or looking wise the best, but McDaniels and him. They put each other in the best situation, and he connected this year.
And that's
Booty and Hollins.
That all is fine. That all is fine. But when you give a guy a title like that, when you give a guy a title like that, best deep ball thrower in the league, it's it's really one of those titles where kind of statistics go out the window.
I think Caleb
You're really
now,
looking at the eye test. You're really looking at the eye test there.
Yeah,
and there's probably
correct.
about 2 to 3 quarterbacks that are definitely better deep ball throwers than Drake May. I just don't think that that's a fair title to give.
Okay, he's the best in this game and the best. He's got the best rushing in this game out of the quarterbacks. Back to the core, but I agree. Caleb might be turning into the best, but fine. Different topic. We'll wait for a different day.
I don't think Caleb. But anyway, Rye, go ahead.
Caleb's got some long way.
Caleb's got a good deep ball, but he's not the best deep ball thrower in the league either. But anyway, Rye, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, going back to our conversation with stuff, it's like we're not going to compare these two teams to the Super Bowl teams of 2000 against the Rams. Like that defense was loaded with a bunch of talent. Like it grew up from, like, you're talking Teddy Bruschi, you're talking Rodney, we're talking Vince Wilfork. Those guys were balling defensive hitters when football was a hitting league. This defense is no need comparison to this defense. To that defense.
Well, you're right. But coming into this, the first 10 games of the year, they either set a record or tied a record for most defensive total rush yards allowed in a game. They either set or tied a record for that. So they don't got wily vets. I don't think that last I looked like Lawrence and Leonard Williams, but they got some guys in the 3rd, 4th year. They've been hanging around.
I'm not going to say that
Gonzalez does have top cornerback potential. He's not there. People give him this the what do you call it? The paddle. But man, he's still got to prove it. Now he's getting his chance. At least he's staying healthy.
Yeah, and I think that not having Robert Saline, if he doesn't play in this game, is going to hurt our defense coverage.
Correct. That's a big.
It's going to definitely hurt us. When he was out in that game, I was worried because now the Denver had a chance to probably move some.
It's like losing Matt Vrabel if Vrabel played in that Rams Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
or Bruschi. No, it's like losing Bruschi.
We gotta one thing that I have not been a fan of. We gotta stop comparing this game to that game. I get the comparison and the parallel that's trying to be made, but it is disingenuous in a sense because you are
trying to force you.
You're comparing. You're comparing one of arguably the greatest quarterback of all time to a guy that's in his 2nd year. His first year is a full season starter.
The year the Tuck rule was made.
Foresight. It was just the foresight in me. It had to
the year the Tuck rule was made. That's how long ago this we're talking about.
That snowy day in Tuck rule.
Yeah.
That we're talking about the rule.
Patriot fans are dreaming this since week 5. I'll tell you.
Oh no! This is a good start for us.
I mean, I know Tom Brady didn't have 6 fumbles in that sophomore year. He went to the playoffs.
I'll tell you, he didn't have 13 fumbles.
He's played well below average in the postseason, yet he's somehow here in the bowl.
But honestly, our real culprit is the offensive line. It's been like that for years. They're not that good when it comes to protecting the quarterback.
I think during that 2nd year, Tom Brady had 3 turnovers. They're making 7 turnovers over the total playoffs.
Yep. So it's different. The league is different.
I'm not comparing. I just was saying we watched a quarterback play the same way as Drake May played and have won.
Yeah. And then it's like you compare this Super Bowl rematch.
I look at his formula and Caleb's formula. Darnold's formula is good. We'll find out.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And it's like you compare the Super Bowl rematch to the 49 Super Bowl. It's like, no, this is again totally completely different teams we're talking about.
Which is the last quarterback that was hanging around in the year and got a shot to win the bowl like Darnold? I'm trying to remember. Was it Dilfer? Darnold's way back.
Yeah, that's not really.
I mean, Dilfer was not
Darnold way back.
I mean, it would be a story that Darnold to win the Super Bowl in the same draft class as Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Wait, hold on.
Because he still got 5 years.
I have. Hold on. Oh, you said Darnold's hanging around as if the man hasn't now had back-to-back 13-win seasons. You know how many quarterbacks have had back-to-back 13-win seasons under their belt?
Not many.
Not many.
No.
Darnold has 2.
I meant he was hanging around before last year. Let me retract.
I mean,
he was hanging around before last year.
You know what? The other one that kind of drives me crazy, Cody. You know the other one that kind of drives me crazy
is everyone saying like this hasn't been done before? Like Drake May going to the Super Bowl in his sophomore year. 8 other quarterbacks have done what he's done. So let's not act like this is some fucking crazy thing.
I can tell you one specifically that did it because he's the best quarterback in my franchise's history. Ben. No, Ben.
Ben did it. Yeah, Big Ben did it, and Patrick Mahomes got to the AFC Championship in the second year.
Purdy, Kaepernick,
that's the Darnold thing.
Joe Burrow got into his second year in the Super Bowl.
Back to the Darnold thing. When we talk about, we're talking about Darnold was hanging around, and before this year, yes, he might have necessarily been doing that, but you also have to put into context what the situations that Sam Darnold was being placed into.
Yeah,
This man got drafted by a very dysfunctional Jets team that gave up on him. He was traded to an extremely dysfunctional Panthers team at the time. He then left and sat under a respectable coach, got coached up, went to an offensive genius that also helped coach him up, had a 13-win season, then came to another great offensive coach. They put him in a good scenario, put him in a good situation, and he had another 13-win season.
Nah, cool. Respect to him, man. Like I'm glad I tapped in. I get numbers like that because honestly, sometimes certain things just click for certain guys who come and show up to work every day, and if they're good enough and they get their chance. You know, he had his chance, but like you said, the organization. And like a NFL's player's career is really short if you look across all positions. But now, man, respect to Darnold. Before when the playoffs started, I was like, do I really want to see Sam Darnold on a Super Bowl podium doing post-game interviews? I mean, the week leading of. And I'm like, you know what? I don't mind it. I'd rather see him in Stafford than now. Yes. Let me see the Hawks. I'm okay not seeing Puka. No, respect. And remember, I started this saying, now he won that game. We have to respect this guy because it's like he did something that those other guys did in his class. So
you're right.
You know, I get it. I retracted the statement hanging around 2 years ago, but now he's here. That's what. Right. He did have fucked up. You did have to fall on your face, just like at the books or just like on the field. That was his fault last year, but he learned. I think he had the opportunities last year to win a playoff.
To come out of the works. The comment section is flooded with Patriots now. Where y'all been all season?
Also, they're just blatantly lying. Somebody said that he's the youngest quarterback to ever appear in a Super Bowl. No, he's tied for the youngest quarterback to ever appear in a Super Bowl. Ben was 23 when he won his.
I mean,
it doesn't matter if he wins or loses.
He might be younger in months.
All right, we're really gonna break it down that deep.
It's a joke. It's a joke, fam. It's a joke.
I mean, if they breaking it that deep.
Yeah, y'all check this out. First of all, I want to tell all you guys, I've been listening to the show. Great freaking show, man. Great show. I'm glad some of you guys came up and joined the Swag show today. It was a great show. Cody did a hell of a job. I respect him on short notice. A-Train, man, thank y'all all for this, all these fake and everything. Listen, this is a show I just did not want to cancel. So I'm gonna ask you guys to do me a favor. Come back to this show tomorrow when this show is in full tilt. I'm just telling you right now, it's gonna be in full tilt. The Sam Darnold, Drake May conversation today, you guys killed it, man. I'm just being honest. Y'all killed it. I got so much going on, but I promise y'all, I have nothing going on tomorrow morning. And I have a great show. Not Move Podcast. Y'all my dogs, dog. It's straight up.
Yes, sir.
It's just straight up. I mean, like,
appreciate it.
You guys ain't checking them guys out, man. Y'all need to be checking my boy Not Move Podcast out. Thank y'all all for holding down the show today. I got something going on with my son. Hold it for everybody that came on the show, man. I just want to thank y'all for carrying the show. I'm sorry I cannot be on here 2 hours today, but I want to tell y'all something. I just want to tell y'all it feels good to know that I have people that have my back, man. That's real cool to know that. I mean, just letting you know, if y'all ever need anything, y'all just let Swag know. I'll be there for you guys as well. And I gotta say this also to my boy. Did he leave? Let me see. I forgot who I was asking about the Seahawks.
Oh, Teddy will take the car tonight. All right, okay, all right. So we'll switch out tonight.
I think he left, Swag. I think he left.
But all right, I'm gonna sign this out.
We were raised up with them more. I didn't know Cepeda mama coming in tonight or no?
No, I told him that y'all said we wouldn't need that.
So guys, I gotta go, man. It just gave me a warning for some reason, dangerous content. I gotta go.
Driving.
It's because you're on live and
you driving? Yeah, you can't be on live
driving on live.
Yeah. Start it up, Swag.
So guys.
This non-casual podcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or reused without the authorized written consent of the Not Move Podcast Network. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.